posting a video of a project that I worked on over Halloween. Basically what this was is this was a little AI driven person detector that once it saw somebody it would say random things, and it has the it's based off of the Monster Mask from Adafruit. It also uses the PyImageSearch object detection Python code and a little Maestro servo controller that's hooked up to USB. So all of these things essentially work together to make this kind of crazy little mask robot thing that has random eyes that move around. I also bought the lenses for the Adafruit Monster Mask and hot glued them on, and you can see this is what it looked like as I was getting closer and closer, and I'll have some more details on the pictures. This is a snapshot of the actual video. So I'll play the video right now of this thing working without the mask. Hopefully it won't freak people out. But again, I was just throwing this thing together in my spare time over a month or so, trying to get everything to work for Halloween. I wasn't completely done. The system does work, but I didn't feel comfortable with the power and the USB cords that I have. They weren't long enough, and I didn't want to have my laptop sitting outside where people could potentially walk up and walk off with it. So I just left the eyes on, and it was pretty cool just by itself. So here's the video.
Watch out for the bees! Made you look. Man, I miss having hands. I would get the candy myself. I got a bone to pick with you. Just kidding. I know it's you. I see you.
Okay, so you saw that. You saw basically how it works. The code's not completely optimized, but it is multi-threaded Python. The main chunk of code, again, mashes together, and I built classes to make it a little bit easier to use with the object detection, and what you see right here is this talker code. So it also uses Pygame and to play the WAV files, and basically what it's doing is it builds a couple of queues so it will run in a multi-threaded environment. So we're basically kicking these threads off, and one of them is the PyImageSearch object detection code in a thread. There's also there's a video worker. We'll go right here. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, and this is basically it's the OpenCV video capture in a loop. So this thread gets kicked off, and it is basically grabbing the frames and putting the frames in a queue. Okay, so the next thread that's running, the object detector, it's spinning in a thread, creates the wrapped PyImageSearch object detector, and it pulls images out of the queue, and then it does a prediction on them. And again, you can download the PyImageSearch code. I can show it here as well. It's just wrapped in a class, and it essentially goes through, and if it sees a person, it puts the person label in a queue as well, and then turns around and it says, okay, I'm done with that particular task. So the robot worker thread is basically where the orchestration comes with regards to it's running in a loop, and it's basically every so often it will pull the people detected out of the queue, and that's what you saw in the video, this getting printed, and it says, okay, I'm done with that item in the queue. Then what it's supposed to do is empty the queue out of the person, the people identification. Then it drops down and it basically tells the talker code to just open the mouth, and then it plays the wave, and then it closes the mouth and goes through and selects the next greeting wave file that needs to get played. If I get a good enough response on the video and people like it, I'll post the code and kind of like the build sheet explanation on what it took to put this thing together. Moving forward, as you've seen my other videos, you will notice that I'm obviously into robotics and building kind of a robot-like thing that will detect not only people, but detect that that person is you. And PyImageSearch has another example to where you can train a face detector to recognize who you are. So one of the next few videos on this thing, I'll probably rebuild the robot a little bit and maybe try to control its eye movement via the Arduino code, and then be able to walk into a room that's empty, have the robot recognize that there's a person in the room, and then have the robot recognize that that person is you. And I think that would be kind of a really cool example. And this platform that I'm kind of building here with the servos and the multi-threaded object and face detection is kind of the beginning of that. So anyway, I'm going to try a new format with my son. He's kind of the video editor, and basically have several different pieces of this video grafted together, so it makes a little bit more sense. Some of it's going to be my cell phone, and then some of it's going to be this wonderful desktop that you guys have to sit through. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. It's 2019 and December, so if you're interested in this project, we've got another close to a year to make some more advanced Halloween creations. And quite frankly, you could just take it to the next level and build just all kinds of things with this code. So I hope people are interested in it. This is not the only thing I'm doing. I'm also, as you see, I have some Unity game videos. I'm taking a break from that because I'm wanting to recreate and do things in Unreal Engine 4. So I'll have some videos on that. Anyway, thanks for listening to me blab about this stuff and getting this far in the video. I appreciate it, and enjoy learning about this stuff with me. Thanks.